Hi, Nadeem here from Smart Riding. I've got the Ejeas X10 Plus units just arrived. Now, if you don't know already, we do have a discount code with Ejeas, and that's in the description for the video. Now, I've already got the X10, which is this unit here. I mean, I've had this for about a year and I've been using it, and it's been a very, very good unit. I've had no issues with it as such, but there are some key differences, improvements with the X10 Plus. Now, the first thing with the X10 Plus is it's now USB-C. It's no longer the magnetic connector that they had, which was a proprietary one. Now, I didn't mind the magnetic one. The only thing with that is that you do need to carry the cable with you if you're touring. But if you don't mind that, it was never a big deal. For me, it did become a bit of a big deal. I've done 2 long trips in the last fortnight and I've done about 4,500 miles, and it was trying to find the cable in my top box where it's all buried in with loads of other stuff, and it was slightly irritating. So the new one being USB-C means that I can use any of my USB chargers there that I've got. You know, I've got an iPhone 15, so that's USB-C as well, and I've got my DJI cams, they're all USB-C, so that kind of works better for me. Now, the other physical changes is that on the new unit, they've got these ridges here. And I just noticed this today. So they're quite prominent. So what that means is when you're feeling for the buttons, you know, with your gloves on, it makes it easier. I tried this with my gloves and it does make it easier because there is a sweet spot where when you press the button, it works. If you press it from, you know, from the side too much, it's not going to do anything. You need to kind of be here. So these ridges help you. So that's an improvement. The next thing I think is more software based is that they have made it a lot more compatible with Senna and Cardo pairing with mesh. So as I understand it, it's a lot easier to do. So it'll make life easier if you've got a whole group of riders and they're using Senna, Cardo and Ejeas. You should be able to pair them via mesh a lot easier than previously. If you have the X10 and you're upgrading to the X10 Plus, there's a couple of things you need to know. The speakers and the microphone are the same and they will plug and play. The cradle isn't. This part of the cradle will need to be changed. So you can't just take this part off and connect the speakers and microphone in and it works. But even though the cradle looks identical, it doesn't work. I tried it on both cradles that I have. Then I contacted the Ejeas and asked them. They said, no, it does need to be changed. Overall, I think the quality is going to be the same in terms of usage. I've done various reviews on the X10 and I don't expect this to be any different, to be honest, apart from the changes with the software and the buttons, etc. The call quality, if you're on phone calls, is phenomenally good. It uses AI noise cancellation, so it learns as it goes, and it really, really does work well. As I said, I've done 2 long trips in the last couple of weeks, and I was doing phone calls on route because I had to. I was riding 10, 11 hours a day, and I was taking some calls and I was making some calls. And most of the people I was talking to were not aware that I was even on the bike. Some of them were absolutely not aware because one of my friends phoned, he just wanted to have a chat, and I was like, look, hiya, how's things, blah, blah, blah. And I was kind of like, I'm trying to concentrate. I said, I'm riding, I'd rather we can talk some other point. He went, oh, sorry, you should have said I didn't realize you're on the bike. So it is that way. So, and the sound quality for music is excellent. The speakers got pretty loud, louder than I can take them. I can't take the speakers at more than 70-75% volume. So there's no problems there. The speakers are actually comparable to any of the Sennas or Cardos that I've tested with the JBL speakers, etc. I found these better than the JBL speakers, to be fair. I've done a sound test, not very scientific, but it's in the Ejeas playlist. I put a microphone inside the helmet so that you can see the clarity of it, even at full volume. There's no breaking up and it sounds crystal clear. So overall, the Ejeas X10 Plus is a very, very good unit. And with the improvements, it makes it even more so. One of the other things I forgot to mention is that these covers apparently can be customized. So if you've got a bike club or something else, I think you can give them what you want to put on your bike, you know, your club logo, or maybe a retailer or whatever, and you want that on it, they can do that for you. I don't know the details on how that works, but I'm sure an email to them would do it. It's not something that I would do because I'm just here on my own. I don't want to do that. But that is possible, and these covers are all replaceable. There's 5 different colours anyway. If you're in the market for a decent comms unit that is compatible with Sena, Cardo, and all your friends, and is very, very good using Mesh 4.0 technology, latest Bluetooth, etc., then you won't go wrong with the Ejeas units. Thanks.